I would expect a decommitment from Arizona basketball here in the next couple days. I'll let them break it, but here's what I need to say. This is when this does happen, this is an amicable parting of ways. I always want to say this when somebody decommits, when something happens, all you have to do is just say, you know what? Sometimes it's just not the right fit at the right time. We're in a year and I think this is great. Players can go where they want to be able to, make the most. Some kids want to come in and they want to be able to get shots immediately. I have no problem with that. If that's what your mindset is, and you're probably not going to get it in Arizona, that's okay. But I just want to say sometimes it can just be an amicable parting of ways. So when it happens, everybody be nice. That is all I'm saying. Do you guys have any thoughts on this?
Well, I know that it's not going to be, listen, it's not an impact player per se for this year's team, correct?
Right, correct.
And so, listen, the kid's got to do what's best for him. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. As long as it was amicable, there was discussion. Clearly, there was discussions about, hey, this is what your role's probably going to be. It's not ideally what you would probably like because there were some other factors that have happened over the course of the last couple of weeks or months. Mm-hmm. And, we'd love to keep you around, but we also understand if you want to, look at other pastures, and I think that's what they're deciding to do. That's fine. Listen, I think not only are, we might have a decommit, but we also might be getting some good news this week. So I'm cool with it either way.
Exactly. People, again, this is sports, but Brad, what are your thoughts on this? Sometimes it can just be an amicable parting of ways. We do not need to get upset with each other.
If you think it's a good idea to tweet or track down on Facebook or Instagram recruits, don't. Follow, sure. Maybe put a thumbs up or a bear down. Just don't. So good or bad, you don't have to give them your credit card number to let them know how to, no, none of that. Just support your team, follow them, learn more about them. But when that urge to say something, just don't.
And you know what? That's never going to sway somebody. Nobody's ever going to sit there and say, you know what, man, I was really on the fence about Arizona and Kansas. But you know what? This guy on Twitter made a very, very good point to me. And you know what? I'm going to go back on everything my family and I've decided. Exactly. I cringe. No reason to tweet at people. No reason to tweet whatsoever.
However, it can be the opposite. If enough of you act like jerks, then maybe, 2 or 3, 4 people, start tweeting negative things, and you can sour. And it hasn't happened a lot. It has happened. But yeah, just follow them. Maybe give them a bear down every once in a while. But no, don't give them the sales job. Don't give them the criticisms. Don't tell them, I actually once saw someone who was trying to give a recruit advice on his jump shot and his elbow placement.
The only one that should do that is Saul Bookman.
Well,
I wish sometimes we had the ability to implement the same type of protocol for people that tweet, like based off of their own life decisions. Like they joined this company, but the company didn't really do exactly what they thought they were going to do. And they were promised these things and maybe it just isn't working out to fruition. So they're now looking for another job. And I wish you could tweet out, but like, oh, I can't believe they're already jumping ship from, whatever company. They're not holding true to their word, blah, 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 blah. Like, come on, man. Like you got to do what's best for you, right? At the end of the day, that's just human nature. Why would I throw a kid under the bus for that? Like, I'm cool with it. Again, I'm cool with it if it's like not habitual, right? But if the kid is doing this every year, going into the transfer portal every other year, then that's where you lose me. But like, he hasn't even started yet. We're good.
Yes, exactly. And the other thing too, on Twitter, I've always felt this in social media. If you had to attach your name to something, then all of a sudden, I think people get a lot less frisky when it comes to making stuff.